how is it working with a spouse? Because I'm sure that it's fairly common for entrepreneurs at an early stage businesses to be spousal couples setting them up. So, but can you tell us about your experience of working with your wife? How you split the responsibilities of work? How it was taking work home with you? Whether you could leave work at the door, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There are quite a number of examples of very successful businesses set up by husbands and wives teams. Less success on the marriage front. But we've done it for a long time now. We've been married 30 years. I think the first point to make is that I think when you start a business, I think it's enormously useful having a partner. I think having somebody who should be complementary, creating a bit of self-awareness. An entrepreneur needs to be self-aware, needs to understand what they're not good at. I think that's a very good starting point. And therefore, when you're selecting either a partner or indeed your early employees, understanding, if you're really bad at numbers, the first hire you need to make is somebody who's really good at numbers. If you find it very difficult to come up with sort of creative ideas, you need a creative person. So I think that I think that's important, that there is a self-awareness and you understand who, and I don't think, you should never fear recruiting somebody who's better than you are. You should always be looking for people who are better in their particular areas than you are. I think that's a rookie error, to just get people who can do things, but not as well as you can. So I think it's very important to find a partner. And I think it avoids that sort of whole thing, people believing their own bullshit. I think that I think it's very important that there's a bit of humility there. And you've got somebody who you absolutely trust, who can say, John, you are so wrong there, don't be an idiot. Or, you don't really think that, do you? And can bring you down. And I think that, there are many examples of great entrepreneurial partnerships. So I think the first thing is, so if your wife or your husband happens to be that person, that's great. And that's the person who you should be able to trust. Often in marriages, opposites attract. You often have complementary skills. For us, I was more of the, I've always seen myself in a sort of chairman type role, that my job was to look around the corners and see what's coming. And I've always more recently liked to work with very good operational CEOs who can make things happen today and maybe tomorrow, but I'll be thinking about next week. And I've always found that's my, and that may be something to do with my legal training. I mean, I'm always thinking about a lot further ahead usually than most people, and looking at the implication of the decisions now.
So really the takeaway there is that you should, as an entrepreneur, not work in isolation, but find a team with complementary skills that fill the gaps that you have in yourself and that allow you to place your strengths.